folks in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut every step of the way until they have fully recovered.
Federal and state and local officials saying help is on the way. Well, the folks here in Belle Harbor say, show me. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of frustration here.
People in this part of Queens are demanding more help from authorities and taking matters into their own hands.
I contacted FEMA. It takes so long. We have no place to go.
We are hurting down here and we need help immediately.
You need to come here and help us. We need assistance, please.
U.S. President Barack Obama returns to the campaign trail in Boulder, Colorado.
We're in there like cattle. The beds are on top of each other. There's no showers.
The condition of the bathroom here is deplorable. You know, I can't stand it. I mean, not for myself, but for my kids.
People here have been left with nothing. And what's worse is that it has taken 4 days for any help to arrive for the helpless.
Help isn't coming fast enough.
Don't boo, vote! Vote! Voting's the best revenge.
Rudy Giuliani is a former New York mayor here and a Romney supporter. He's in eastern Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania. Mr. Mayor, good morning to you from the town of Pittston. I just want to touch on this storm. The president was praised for his reaction to it. Parts of New York and New Jersey are an absolute mess. What do you think of the response?
Well, I think the response since the time the president got all his praise and credit and press op has been abysmal. I think that FEMA is as much a failure now as it was at the time of Katrina. I do not understand why there's not enough water in New York. All you have to do to get water to New York is put it on an airplane and fly it to Kennedy Airport. All you have to do to get more generators is put it on an airplane and fly it to Kennedy Airport. All you have to do to make sure we have enough gasoline is to have had a plan in advance to get gasoline to New York. It's quite obvious they didn't pre-plan the water, they didn't pre-plan for the generators, they didn't pre-plan for the gasoline. The answer is they didn't pre-plan. What do we have FEMA for if they're not pre-planning? And the president getting all this credit so early, maybe the first day or two he was paying attention, but the minute he got his credit, the minute he got his pat on his back, we have the same situation we had in Benghazi. He loses focus. He goes back to being campaigner-in-chief rather than commander-in-chief.
This was you on Friday night. Westchester, Ohio, southwestern part of the state. I was at that rally when I heard you say the following about President Obama.
He told us he would resign if he did this poorly. Do you remember that? Do you remember that he told us that if he couldn't get employment above 6%, he wouldn't run for a second term? He lied. He has been a disaster.
You went on to say the worst president for our economy in our lifetime. He doesn't want a second term. He wants a second chance. Now, you've been out there. You've been talking to people, visiting these various battleground states. Who wins tomorrow, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, I think you can see the difference. The president asking his people to take revenge as against a candidate who's talking about voting for love of country. One sounds like a desperate man, Barack Obama, who knows he's been a failure for 4 years, who knows he's covering up Benghazi on purpose, which is disgraceful. And the other hand, you have a man who's talking about uniting us, talking about sensible pro-growth policies, looks confident. I think Mitt Romney knows he's peaking at exactly the right time. And I think Obama's people are telling him, Mr. President, this may not work out, because he looks to me like he's pretty desperate.
Who's
when you
our
ask
president?
your people to vote for revenge, when the President of the United States is asking for people to vote as revenge, you got to know that's pretty desperate.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Rudy Giuliani back on the trail today.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.